Y'all need to buckle up because it's about to be what Fabulous say. It's gonna be a cool summer. With all this in place, people go crazy and tend to buy everything up. Everything. They're gonna be getting extra gas. They're gonna be getting extra toilet paper, paper towels. They're gonna be just getting extra of everything.
What would be the number one reform for that will maintain trucking as a pathway to the American dream?
I think the number one thing would be start paying truckers. Again, they're exempt from overtime since 1938. Congressman Van Drew introduced the Got Trucker Act to take that away. Truckers were paid for all their time. Average long-haul trucker gives away 20, 30 hours a week sitting at a shipper or receiver waiting to be loaded or unloaded, and most of them never receive anything for that. I mean, who wants to give away their time? I ask that all the time. Do you want to go to work and sit around for 3 hours before you start getting paid? I doubt it.
There. When we keep track of what's happening in the trucking industry, then you'll know exactly what is going on, because that's going to be the first telltale sign that we need to be tightening up. And right now I'm telling you, we need to be tightening up. Check this out.
Penske Logistics slashing 330 jobs in Missouri. By Noy Mahoney, Penske Logistics plans to permanently lay off 337 warehouse and other workers in Kinloch, Missouri, according to a Worker Adjustment and Retraining Notification Act WARN notice filed on Wednesday.
I'm trying to tell y'all, the market is struggling. The freight area is struggling. And if you look at the news, most times they'll try to say things are, not looking that bad. But if you pay attention to what's happening with these truckers, the fact that they're sitting at ports and they're waiting hours, if not days, to get loaded with something because volumes are down.
Layoffs and bankruptcies hit multiple sectors of the supply chain throughout April, as new or soon-to-be imposed tariffs continue to weigh on freight markets. Truck and Trailer Leasing Avenue of Joliet, Illinois, filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy on April 16th in the U.S. Bankruptcy Court for the Northern District of Illinois. Truck and Trailer Leasing's second Chapter 11 case in just over a year, following a bankruptcy filed on March 21, 2024. Star Rail of Cooper, Texas, filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy on April 11th in the U.S. Bankruptcy Court for the Northern District of Texas. The company, which provides rail-to-truck and truck-to-rail transloading, as well as warehousing, contract packaging, and last-mile dedicated trucking, has both assets and liabilities of $1 million to $10 million. LML Logistics of Ocala, Florida, filed a Chapter 11 bankruptcy petition on Friday in the U.S. Bankruptcy Court for the Middle District of Florida. LML has 10 power units and 16 drivers, according to the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration's SAFER website. It carries general freight, building materials, fresh produce, meat, refrigerated food, and other products. Magazine distributor Accelerate 360 Distribution filed a Worker Adjustment and Retraining Notification on Friday on its plan to close its Dakota merchandising work location in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. A total of 324 permanent layoffs will result, including 22 people who work at a facility in Missouri, according to the notice. Kadam Logistics Corporation of Chicago filed a Chapter 11 petition on April 4th in the U.S. Bankruptcy Court for the Northern District of Illinois. Sweet Trucking Company of Knoxville, Tennessee, filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy in the U.S. Bankruptcy Court for the Eastern District of Tennessee on April 21. Sweet Trucking's gross revenue has fallen each of the past 3 years, about $2.7 million in 2022, roughly $2.3 million in 2023, and about $2.1 million in 2024. The petition states the company has both assets and liabilities of $1 million to $10 million, and that funds will be available for unsecured creditors.
And now I honestly have lost count. I think that was maybe 5 or 6. It could have been 7 different trucking companies that have filed for bankruptcy, that are going under. So we need to pay attention to those type of things, and pay attention to the fact that not a lot of trucks are coming out of the port. And the ones that are sitting there for hours and days on end.
America, brace yourselves for what's coming. Obviously, if you don't know, I'm a truck driver. We are in a recession right now. Banks have announced a recession, right? And unfortunately, us as truck drivers, we've been feeling this. Some will tell you a year, 2 years, 3 years, but the public has not realized this until now, right? Now, what's going to happen is it's like deja vu all over again. Warehouses are running out of product. They have only so much, and the rest is going to be relied on other countries. Unfortunately, due to the tariffs, we don't have anything to rely on right now, right? Amazon just announced they're laying off thousands of people across the country. For example, my son works at UPS part-time while he's in college. They cut his hours and many of their hours, right? Let's start. Whoever had a car note is going to get their car repossessed. The housing market, foreclosure is going to happen.
And honestly, that's where a lot of Americans are right now. Losing their vehicles, losing their homes, losing their minds. No one is immune from it. A lot of people are going to end up starting all over again because of what exactly is happening right now. And then we have to ask the question, what if truckers decide they want to protest for more money? What happens then? We saw the port workers do it. We saw them shut it down for 3 days. We saw that. But what if the truckers decide to do the same?
Bankruptcy is going to happen. There's nothing wrong with bankruptcy. Starting all over. Donald Trump, our president, our commander-in-chief, has filed bankruptcy multiple times under corporation names, right? So that's normal. Fresh start.
Just a cluster of trucks. Just a cluster.
Strike at the ports is over. They're going from $39 an hour to $63 an hour over the next.
Over the road truck drivers, this is y'all chance. It's y'all time to shine. The port workers got what they wanted. They gonna be getting paid $63 an hour to stack containers. How much y'all getting paid to move them containers? The port gonna back up. They can get them off the ship, but they can't leave the yard without y'all truck drivers. What they say is gonna be about $4 or $5 billion a day. If the port back up, if the ships can't come in, if they ain't got nobody to play with them Legos and stack those containers, I'm assuming there might be $7 to $8 billions of dollars a day if them truck drivers don't load up and pull them out of the ports, right? So for all y'all over the road truck drivers, America don't move without y'all. Y'all thought the port was bad. If them trucks stop, like I said, they can pull them ships in, pull them containers off them ships. But if they ain't got nobody, they ain't got no truckers to get them out of that port and get them across America, it's really gonna cost them. It's y'all time to shine, over the road truck drivers. Don't let it pass by.
Y'all need to buckle up because it's about to be, what Fabulous say, it's gonna be a cool summer. With all this in place, people go crazy and tend to buy everything up. Everything. They're gonna be getting extra gas. They're gonna be getting extra toilet paper, paper towels. They're gonna be just getting extra of everything. The tariff recession timeline. April 2nd, the tariff announced countership departure from China to U.S. slowly. Early to mid-May, countership to the U.S. ports come to a stop. Mid to late May, trucking demands comes to a halt, leading to empty shelves and lower sales for companies. Late May to early June, layoffs in trucking and retail industry. Summer 2025, it's the recession. So y'all make sure y'all buckle up because it's going to be a cold summer.
So what happens if the truckers actually wake up and realize their worth? Y'all better prepare.